because that specific perimeter defense is going to be a active magic item that is from the Lost Laboratory of the of Qualish series. I plan to merge that with the Curse of Strahd story arc, in addition to tweaking it using the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything rule set. It should provide a very interesting experience as the players navigate their way through the mountains. The mountain pass is not exactly easy to navigate. There are many cave networks that have not previously been explored, by which I mean I am going to be randomly generating it as they go. I will generate a path through first. However, I will randomly generate a variety of other paths, and then I will make sure that there is at least an exit. As for how the exit connects to the entrance, that remains to be seen. But there will be an exit somewhere. The players will end up with their abilities as a group tested, because the dangers of exploring the caves can prove somewhat difficult for even quite a few seasoned adventuring parties. There's going to be a lot of different encounters. I know that, some people are thinking that perhaps it's not going to be all that difficult. It's like, no, it is going to be difficult. You have to first navigate your way through this cave. And this cave is not going to be very easy to navigate its way, for you to navigate your way through, because the cave is going to basically be one of the tests of the Dread Domain. If you want to fight your way in to try and find somewhere else in this hellscape that everything is trapped inside of, you basically have to navigate your way through either nature, which means you're going over mountains, frozen wasteland, mountain climbing, whole 9 yards. Or you're going through the cave network down below, and that can lead to either, that can lead to the Underdark in some instances, or that can lead to, the other locations. I do plan on utilizing the Sphinx section of the Lost Laboratory of Qualish. I found that section was very nice, very lovely. I believe it should provide a very amusing time for the players. I don't think I have a map that I can use as a battle map for them to actually explore. but I believe I can probably recreate it, or I could perhaps use what is it? Theater of the mind. That's the proper term. I could perhaps use theater of the mind in order to recreate the scene in their minds for them. Where I describe the scene. However, as you might have noticed, I'm not exactly very coherent at sticking to. Apologies. I'm sometimes not very coherent at sticking to a single description. I have a tendency to leave out segments if I don't have it written down in front of me. I tend to pause a lot. I tend to think, and I tend to, stutter my speech. I'll sometimes forget what I'm talking about. It's a lot more difficult for me to forget what I'm talking about if I'm playing D&D, because I usually have everything directed at D&D. My phone will be on Discord, my computer will be on Roll20, my computer screen will have character sheets all open. I'll be switching tokens around, setting up the enemies, and preparing all of the battle maps, and in between sessions I hope next week to begin working on drawing up another city map. This one's going to be a castle map, or a castle city map, which should make for an interesting encounter. If the players want to, they will be able to take over the castle city. They will probably end up burning all of the buildings inside to the ground. However, that's not really much of a problem. It's going to be a very direct. Actually, I might just make a castle. I think that's what I might do. Yeah, I think I'll have a large-scale castle city is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a walled city. I have some work done on it. Not much, but some. Blast protection 4, punch 1. Well, the bow is already getting punch 2. Therefore, I don't need to worry about punch 1. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's still just going to cost 7. Just either way. That's just going to cost 14 or 12, no matter what. Okay, well, if we do it this way, it's going to cost 16 now, or 20. Well, I guess it's going to cost 16, but it's full health now, therefore it doesn't really matter. It's a fishing rod, it's got mending, it has all of the levels that it needs. It just needs one more merger to make it its ultimate version. Beyond that point, it does not ever need to be repaired ever again. I mean, currently it already doesn't need to be repaired, it just needs to be upgraded. Unbreaking 3, power 3. Do I have any other bows? I do. might apply this punch bow to... That's twice in a row that's happened where I just open the menu and it's already nibbled. Yeah, I think I'm going to merge these two bows instead. Once I get 10 levels. Which I can easily do. All I have to do is, turn on the smoker and start smoking all this kelp into dried kelp, and then turn in the dried kelp into blocks of dried kelp. And then I can use the blocks of dried kelp to feed back into the smoker so that I have a bunch more, fuel for the furnace, and for the smoker, and for the blast furnace. I can get experience real easy. Mostly because I have not yet updated my Minecraft version. But, details, You know how it goes. Yeah, I believe I'm going to deposit these fish again. It would seem that the kelp has harvested at least once. That is good. We want to see it harvesting a lot because we want it to fill up these storage chests up here with all of this beautiful kelp. We additionally want to make sure that it's not accidentally getting kelp stuck over there. Right, we're going to take this and we were going to turn this on in order to start getting cooked food. Let's go ahead and get some experience out of it. We're up to level 10, level 15, level 19, level 21, level 23. We're getting there. Level 25, level 27. Yeah, we're definitely making a lot of progress on these levels. Level 31. Level 32. Okay, that should be more than enough levels for me. What the heck, go for one more. Yeah, anyway, that's more than enough levels for me. Therefore, I shall deposit those. Draw those. Go ahead and deposit the rest of the dried kelp. Now that it has started the next batch, I don't need to worry about that so much. Now I can go over here. I can make some room in my inventory by merging a bunch of items together. Because I have tons of experience. I can merge the Punch 2 onto the Unbreaking 3 Power 3. I can merge the luck of the C2 onto the lure to luck of the C2 fishing rod, upgrading that to luck of the C3, which is entirely irrelevant, but, you know, whatever. Depending on how I want this to look, yeah, I want it to look like that. There we go. Now we have a fishing rod that never needs to be repaired again. Or, you know, another one. I do kind of wish that I could transfer the mending enchantment off of the fishing rod tool and perhaps onto a book. I do remember that at one point there was Minecraft mods that allowed such shenanigans to occur. I do not know if those mods ever resurfaced or if those mods were ever made compatible with Minecraft Bedrock Edition. However, if they were, I would definitely be interested in those. Let's see. I've got this lovely fishing rod here. In addition to this lovely bow. I believe I want to make use of this tool in order to harvest these crops. Now, this is supposed to be extremely fast because this is obviously a diamond tool. The thing is, I'm decently sure, that this actually goes faster with a gold tool, which is kind of funny because this is actually an action that does not consume durability. Therefore, it's kind of silly when you think about it. Finally, a task where a gold item has outperformed a diamond item. Specifically, the task of harvesting crops. That being said, however, gold item has better durability. Therefore, when you find that you are needing to repair the tilled soil because some lunatic animal decided to go stomping through your fields again, then it's much easier to have a lasting tool that will not just break on you. It's much better to have a tool that will withstand the tests of time, as it were. If the tool required a mascot, perhaps the Energizer Bunny would be a valid substitute. I can think of many a female who would enjoy having a tool with a Energizer Bunny as a substitute for a mascot. But that's rather off topic. Oops. Go. We've got all our seeds planted. We've got more of them composting, all of the excess. We've converted all of the excessive amounts of hay into hay bales. We have deposited any extra items which we do not exactly need. And then as we sank to the bottom of the depths of the pond, equipped our lovely tilling utensil and used it to accelerate the rate at which we harvest our kelp, hopefully. I'm not sure if this is actually helping us harvest the kelp faster. But it does have efficiency 3 on it, therefore if it can help us harvest it faster, this would be its time to shine, I suppose. The amount of food which I will consume recovering from this suffocation damage is nowhere near the amount of saturation that I will recover from the amount of kelp harvested from just trying to harvest the kelp before running out of air. Like, I get so much kelp from this farm. It's ridiculous. It really is. It is really ridiculous how much kelp I am getting. Hey, there's a Minecraft bug for you. If you're swimming at an item, the item teleports up into your inventory. I caught it on camera. I think that's a bug specifically in the way they handle item collection, because up until recently there was no reduced size state of being. Well, I suppose that's not entirely true, but your eye level was not exactly changing much. You know, like there's sneaking, but other than sneaking, you didn't really have much change to your character's height. There we go. Even got a bunch of levels out of it. This doesn't seem to want to be paying out. Yeah, I think this one takes 2 COD in order to fully pay out. That's unfortunate. Restock this. Okay. Back up to level 27. As you can see, I didn't even need to do all that much. I got a lot of cooking done, a lot of fishing done. Ooh, a water bottle. I can use that. I can use it to brew potions. There's not many potions I can currently actually brew. I suppose I could make haste potions, but other than that, there's not really much I can brew. I would need to find nether wart first. And for that, I would need to go out and look into another fortress. If I can find another fortress, that'd be lovely. But if I can't find another fortress, then I'm probably not going to get any nether wart anytime soon. Therefore, I'm going to need to do a lot of exploring in the nether. The irony being that I additionally need nether wart in order to brew some fire resistance potions, I believe. I don't remember the specific role of nether wart. I have a screenshot somewhere saved of all of the different potential useful potions and how to make them. It's like a nice little flow chart, but I do not remember what the specific details of potion making are. I don't make them enough to just memorize that offhand. If I did have the materials list handy, I would definitely look into making various automated farms for each of those items. One of the farms that I know I'm going to want is just point blank a witch farm. I want a witch farm. The reason why I want a witch farm is because a witch farm will provide a source of sticks. A witch farm will provide a source of redstone dust. A witch farm will provide a source of glowstone dust. And additionally, healing potions and various other things that witches, occasionally drop. There are certain things which a witch will drop that I am very interested in acquiring. Okay, no, I do not need more saddles. I have been trying to focus my efforts on getting a better situation for myself where I am more inclined to have more freedom of what I'm trying to do, more freedom in what I'm trying to do. I want to, for example, have enough of a buffer of kelp to consistently run the smooth stone smelters. I'm probably going to want another 2 smooth stone smelters just so I can keep up with how fast I'm using the smooth stone. But at the same time, I'm constantly remodeling all of the areas where I have used smooth stone. Therefore, it's all a little bit convoluted. Just a little bit. It's kind of difficult to keep up with everything sometimes. But if things continue going well, then I can very easily make use of my tools, being of the mending variety, in order to just power through all of the remaining work that needs to be done. If I get a mending pickaxe, like a mending silk touch diamond pickaxe, then I'm set for a really long time. If I get a mending silk touch pickaxe on top of that, then I don't need to worry about am I going to be able to harvest this ore? Instead, I'll be more worried about, how far away from base am I? Okay, now this goes great with the other Curse of Vanishing Pickaxe. However, it would seem that they both have Luck of the Sea 3. Therefore, it's kind of a bad investment because it just repairs it. But that's okay. No, you're a menace. It was getting ready to attack me. I could tell it. I could see it just by the way it was looking. Like I could tell it was gonna try attacking me. Now, one thing that apparently is a bug in the pathing of the ram is that they do not continue to ram if they are going over a full block, meaning that it is very easy for me to actually entirely create a safe space for like where I can stand where I'm fishing with just about like a 5x5 area of carpeted flooring, and they won't be able to reach me as long as I stay in the center. Cool. I can repair my boots again. I totally do not need to repair my boots this often. But you know what? Why not, right? I mean, it keeps the boots fully healed. It cleans the excessive amounts of boots out of my inventory. If I need more boots, I can always go fishing and get more leather boots. That sounded almost like a horse. I believe that was the cow. Hey, you, over there. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, don't you go running off now. He's like, no. He doesn't want to get fishing routed. You know what? This is taking too long. I'm just going to hunt him now. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I mentioned that the Oozkin was brought to the Adventuring Guild, where the Oozkin proceeded to trigger the fight or flight response of the entire Adventuring Guild, because after Jack Mist, my character, the Deep Gnome Wizard, returned with the leaflet, the poster for the Caravan Guard quest, the slime managed to demonstrate that the way that it was seeing was that it was using echolocation. And the way that it demonstrated this was through the use of a more audible version of its echolocation than normal, which in the middle of an adventurers guild, with everyone staring at them as though they were deciding whether or not the group was to be hunted or not. Honestly, probably not the best idea that they've had. However, one of the better ideas that they did have at that moment was to run. They fled the scene in order to ensure that they were not going to die, as a lot of the adventurers in the Adventuring Guild had decided to withdraw their weapons from their protective casings and started arming their weapons. loading various crossbow bolts into their crossbows, and some of them were drawing their swords. There was going to be a battle if the players had stuck around. As it was, the players were in danger of being followed. However, they ended up navigating their way to the carriage, which Jack Mist owned. And Jack Mist pays the driver, which is a Bob, which is related to the criminal contact, also named Bob. There is a lot of things that are going to cause the players a lot of trouble. I'm not sure if this entire situation is going to cause Jack Mist trouble as well, because Jack Mist has to deal with the fact that the other people in the party are getting the family of his caravan driver, or of his carriage driver, to be rather upset with him. This is a good opportunity for me to potentially set up the carriage driver as a potential rival for the party, which would definitely make things very interesting. Bandit attacks would definitely get a lot more frequent. And with the party rogue, Silver, not really being technically a part of the party anymore, yeah, I can definitely see this situation spiraling out of control really quickly. My players will definitely have their work cut out for them, depending on which way they plan to go with the caravan guard situation. If they plan to be the bad guys, they will need to fend off a decent number of adventurers, which will be planning to fight back against the party in an attempt to, earn their money. I believe I mentioned that the payment was expected to be 5 or 6 platinum each. Therefore, if they're looking at roughly 5 groups of guards, then if they're one of the groups, that means there's 4 other groups of guards of equal size. which is going to be lovely for them to fight off. And when I say lovely, I mean absolutely nightmare-inducing, because they're going to have to fight off so many adventurers. It's going to be absolutely terrible. But that's what passes for fun these days. It's going to be, this horrifying experience, but, people find it fun. It's what they do. Whatever, shrug. The wheat is not fully grown yet. Let's go ahead and apply that lure book to the fishing rod. While we're at it, we can apply the flame enchantment to this one. Suppose I could have consumed the punch enchantment as well by mixing it with the flame enchantment before merging them. Anyways, the party is currently to the north of town, which is the rough proximity of where the merchant caravan is going to be. However, the party got there early because they were running away from the very large group of people who were grabbing their weapons, looking at them, going, they look like they could possibly not take all of us. It's like, yes, there's that. Alternatively, fireball is an option. We could have taken them all down, but in the process, we would never be able to visit that town again. We currently have armor being made there. We do not want to never be able to visit the town again. However, if there are no survivors from the merchants, then we would be able to very easily make use of their goods in order to pay off all of our crafting needs. As there are currently 4 of us. One of us barely has any idea of money. Another one of us is a monk, which means they have pretty much no use for money. One of us is a wizard, so of course he's greedy. That's me. Jackmist, the wizard, spelled Jakmyst, because why do anything normal when playing a D&D character? If I manage to get, I'll tell you what, if I manage to get, I managed to get on episode 250, if I managed to get 10 likes. Matter of fact, tell you what, if I managed to get 10 likes on this episode, I was wanting to make it episode 250, but, I wanted to make it an episode I would remember to check, is why. Well, I guess that weapon will have more repairs. I think it's already got punch 2. Let me see. It's stored right over here. Oh, it doesn't have punch at all. Okay. Let's see if I can get a better punch on this bow. Yeah. If the players decide that, you know, they just want to see how much they can sidewind the campaign, if they go for the coast, I do have a coastal city in mind for their explorational needs. If the players end up trying to visit the desert, I have the location of a desert city already planned. If the players decide that they want to go for a stroll through the forest, there is a elven settlement that I have in mind. And additionally, beyond the elven settlement, beyond the forest, there is actually, or no, that's where I have the elven settlement, is inside the little clearing near the forest. I could have one in the forest, but that's not quite the same, you know. A bow with mending. Well, this is something worth noting. These two things do not mix. You cannot have mending on an infinity bow, and this bow is too expensive for me to put mending on it now. However, I do have a bow where it is not yet too expensive for me to put mending on it. It also does not have unbreaking. It would cost 9 levels for me to have a mending bow. I look forward to that. I shall leave those on my hotbar to remind me that those two go together. We have spent the entirety of last episode fishing and just randomly harvesting kelp and wheat, and the entirety of this episode doing the same. I am aware that it's not exactly thrilling content. Underrated would be another good word. However, this is slowly progressing. The upgrades getting applied to my situation. My smoker is getting a lot more fuel. This Curse of Vanishing Fishing Rod just got mending. Oh, that one also requires 9 levels. Or 35 levels. Either one. You know, I do understand that this is not exactly the most thrilling entertainment that one could ask for. I do apologize for the lack of, well, pretty much everything. But that's part of a Let's Play. You know, I'm not doing AFK stuff. I'm not doing off-camera stuff. I'm recording everything that I'm doing in this world on camera. That's part of a Let's Play. You know, it's more fair that way. A lot of these different YouTube content creators will do things off camera, or they'll have a second account that does AFK fishing, or they'll just do AFK fishing on their main account. You know, I understand that AFK fishing is a great tool, and I agree, it is a great tool. However, it kind of takes away from the spirit of the game, despite the fact that, you know, that same spirit of the game is able to quite easily and quite effectively, you know, entirely nullify the various hurdles which would need to be considered when trying to negotiate difficult terrain. Hold on. And then mending for these experience. Wasn't there a cow around here? I know it didn't despawn. There it is. I need your leather. Your experience can repair this bow. Additionally, don't mind if I do on the cooked beef. With only 1 point of hunger to restore, I got maximum saturation on that, which means my character will be full for a really, really long time. I have nothing to worry about as far as hunger saturation goes.